1-star rated movies by Derek.
Some that I
Let's see if
liked,
this video
some
is
that I
peak.
didn't like, even some that y'all didn't like. But
Yo, let me tell you about Sausage Party. Oh my fuck! When I watched that as a kid, that movie was something else. That movie was something fucking else. I'm telling you right now, like, that movie was something. Let's get back into the video. It haven't even been like what 6 seconds. Okay, let's get back in.
something that I've never gone over on this channel is movies that the world didn't like. And that's what we'll be doing today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over movies with some of the lowest ratings and the most
I mean, that Emoji Movie wasn't that bad. It wasn't anything like amazing, but it wasn't like terrible.
one-star reviews I
Yeah,
could find.
yeah.
To find out if people are just hating or these
We should do a tier list of movies after this. So that's peak idea. That's next idea.
movies
Right
are actually
there.
just that. I'll personally give them a rating once I'm done covering each one. And in the end, I'll go over a movie with some of the most one-star reviews ever and possibly one of the most hated movies.
Was the Emoji Movie that bad? Yo, I have a fucking thing of this shit from. I got it in a Happy Meal. I got a fucking toy of this shit from fucking McDonald's. I'm gonna find that. Wait, I'm gonna find that. Of course,
And
I'm
I'm
not gonna
getting
find
straight
that.
into the trash. Because
Yeah,
the
I'm
first
not
movie I'm
finding
going
that.
over is called The Hottie and the Naughty. What y'all
Never heard of this movie, but what the fuck is this?
think this one's about?
Okay.
With a smooth 2 out of 10 stars and a calm, just a calm 26,000 one-star reviews. Oh my goodness. This movie's in the top 6 lowest rated movies on IMDb.
Is it
and
that bad?
I never seen it. But after reading some of these reviews, I had to know what all the fuss was about. Like, listen to this review and tell me you're not at least a little intrigued about how bad this movie could be. A guy by the name of Meeker said, "Oh my, that's bad. I am just amazed that, as of this moment, there are 554 people who rated this movie a 10. I would like 10 pounds or 20 gallons of whatever it is that has warped their mentality to such a degree. Acting, abysmal to non-existent. Script, huh? What's that?
We're getting very detailed in this movie rating. I'm not gonna lie, very detailed, huh?
Directing, not that I saw. My only regret is that I cannot vote less than 1 out of 10 stars. Like, I had to watch it, and I did. But before I give you my thoughts on it, I know y'all ain't watched it, so let me give you a quick rundown. Alright, so this movie is a rom-com, which, that's how you know it's gonna be bad. Well, we follow this dude named Nate who just got dumped by his girlfriend. And since he's newly single and never really loved the other girl, I guess, he decides he wants to get back in the game immediately. And instead of chasing new girls, he wants to rekindle an old love. The one that got away. His first great crush.
It happens. It happens. It happens. Yeah. Like, I can't even say anything about it because I low-key did hit up my second grade crush. Like, and, well, I was in school for second, third, fourth grade. I hit up my elementary school crush. We had a little thing going. We talked for a little bit, but like I can't say it doesn't happen because I legit did the same thing basically. So yeah, I can't say nothing on it. I can't say nothing.
That's right, first grade. Who now lives across the country and he hasn't seen since they were 6 years old. Yep. Haven't seen each other in 20 years. So this guy Nate travels across the nation to find her. And he does. She turns out to be Paris Hilton. And she even agrees to go on a date with him. But with one catch. She'll go out with him, but he has to find her friend a date as well. Oh.
Okay. Alright, wait. Little two man missing. Okay. You can't hate on 2 man missing.
Find her friend a date? That shouldn't be so hard.
Oh my goodness!
And so Nate spends the rest of the movie trying to find her a date.
No, go back.
My goodness!
And so Nate spends the rest of the movie trying.
Why is he balding? Why is he balding? Oh my fuck. Why is he balding? Nah, that's fire.
And that's all you gotta know for me to tell you that this movie is trash. I mean, really, I normally hate on rom-coms and call all of them trash, but y'all, this one is seriously trash. Like, first of all, for a rom-com, there ain't much calm going on in this movie. Like, it's not very funny, which is crazy because it has such a funny premise.
No. The fact that he's saying this movie isn't funny when, like, it's, like, so easy to make this movie funny. A movie of a good-looking girl, a average-looking guy, and then a absolute abysmal-looking friend that he needs to find a match for. Like, you can make this movie funny, and this was in 2008, bro, and, like, cancel culture isn't really a thing. You can make fun of whatever the fuck you want, but how is this movie not funny? is beyond me, and how it got a 1-star rating is also beyond me. I haven't watched the movie, so I couldn't say nothing about it. But like, all right, let's keep watching the video to find out.
Like, it's pretty much a take one for the team type of situation, right? Except the guy trying to pull the hottie should realistically be the one with the naughty. Like, it's pretty funny. But this movie manages to do nothing with it. And that ain't even the only thing they messed up on. Even the girl, I'm not calling her that. The girl June being deemed as ugly, they messed up on that too. It's like the creators of this movie don't even know what it actually means to be ugly. Like, looking at her, you know, she doesn't look the best.
Not pleasant to look at, but a little bit of some touch-ups, and it's not that bad.
But it's not because she's ugly. It's because she's dirty. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's a difference. Like,
Some
ugly to
touch-ups.
me is like, no matter what you do, you stuck, my boy. I hate to break it to you, but you stuck. But the stuff we see in this movie is like her toenails and teeth rotting. Like, ugh, that's more gross than it is ugly. Ugly is different. Ugly is not this. Like Harvey Weinstein. That motherfucker is ugly.
Who is this one? Random ass out.
This girl, though, she just needs a dentist and a shower. And then the last thing I want to point out about this movie, and I want to speak on it too long because it's a comedy movie and it's supposed to be ridiculous, but I got it. Bro, the fact that this dude traveled cross country for a girl that he hasn't seen since he...
You travel... Alright, chat. Let's really look into this and evaluate this shit. Okay. You have not seen a girl since 1st grade. You met this girl in 1st grade, you had a little thing going, she was your crush, you know, a little 1, 2, you know. It happens. But then, but can't have the room looking a mess. That doesn't exist, okay? We're gonna, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. That's the type of mentality we're going with right now. But let's say, you haven't seen a girl since 1st grade. You had a little crush on her, a little, you know, a little thing going on. But that shit was in 1st grade. Let's say this guy's about, I don't know, like around in his 30s, right? He looks to be like 28, maybe 31, 32. So we're gonna say in that area, yeah, we're gonna say like 28. So it's been like what, 20 years, 19 years since you've seen this fucking crush. Why are we going across the entire country to go meet this girl? Like, let's really think about this. Let's really talk about this. That's something we gotta really think on of why we're doing this. Why? Alright, let's get back into the video.
He was 6. Come on, it gotta be at least a little concerning. At least a little bit. Like, last time you seen her, y'all were preschoolers, and that popped in your mind as the true love of your life? Word? But yeah, this movie is boo-boo. Even the ending, you would think it would be something like he falls for the naughty over Paris Hilton to show personality beats looks. But no, he does fall for her, but only after she gets a whole
For what? You fall for the friend afterwards?
makeover and is no longer ugly to him. And it's supposed to be a happy ending? Man.
That's proof! That is proof right there! All it took was a little bit of touch-ups, and she's not that bad looking. And she's good looking, a little bit of touch-up. She wasn't ugly, she was just unpleasant to look at because of features she could work on. Yes, that's right.
Makeover and is no longer ugly to him. And it's supposed to be a happy ending? Man, this movie getting 3 out of 10 stars from me. And I'm only rating it higher because I like his Speed Racer costume. That's the only reason. But like I usually say, that was only the first movie. The next one might be even worse. The next movie I got up is titled, be ready, Shriek If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th. That's the title. Now, you may be looking at this movie how I was looking at it the first time I seen it. Like, I know you from somewhere, but you don't look right.
Nah.
And you'd be right. The movie you're probably thinking about is,
Wait.
I know you. Now, you
This is a knockoff Scream. It's a Scream. Yeah, this
may
is
be
a
looking at this
knockoff
movie how
Scream
I was
movie.
looking at it the first time I seen it. Like, I know you from somewhere, but you don't look right. And you'd be right. The movie you're probably thinking about is Scary Movie, but this is not that.
Oh,
This movie,
Scary
just
Movie.
like Scary Movie,
I'm
is a
low-key
parody of a
tripping.
bunch of horror movies released in the 80s and 90s. But
Is
there's
it
a
good?
reason you haven't heard of this one. Coming in at 4 stars out of 10, this movie is definitely not as loved as Scary Movie. But the question is,
Wait, so the first one was a 2-star out of 10? I thought this was like out of 5 stars, but out of 10? Nah, that's
are
crazy.
people just hating? Is it
It's
really
so
a
bad.
4 out of 10? Is this movie so bad that it deserves to be called the worst movie ever?
One of the worst.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, wait,
Bad
go
that
back.
it
I wanna
deserves
read
to be
that.
called the worst.
Oh, wait, I gotta get into it, no? Oh my god. Where do I start? I give the movie some time to develop. It didn't get any better. It got even worse. The one of the oh wait, whoa, vocabulary, let's fix this. The one of many problems this movie suffers from is that it's not scary and it's not funny. The only fun you have is when the movie is over and you laugh about how bad this movie is. And after you laugh, you cry when you realize you have spent money and time on this movie. An advice to all: don't buy this movie. Don't even rent it. I promise you, it's not worth it. Watch Scary Movie instead. Compared to this movie, Scary Movie is a work of a genius. I think that's what it says. I can't even read the whole thing.
Ever?
But
Hell yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Crazy,
Look,
crazy.
this movie is not good,
What the
but
fuck
it
was
ain't
that?
the worst. It got some funny things going for it, like the killer, you know, because it's a parody of Scream. The killer never actually kills anybody. It's more like he accidentally makes them do it themselves. Like this one girl
wow.
runs into a beehive and dies. Like that's pretty funny. They also got a guy named Bonner in the movie that they always call Boner, which I know it's immature, but I find it funny.
Isn't this exactly like the one character from Scream? This is exactly like that one character from what was that guy's name? Oh, not Scream, Scary Movie. Fucking Dewey is his name or something, like the guy who got his fucking his. I'm just gonna come out and say it, the guy who got his dick stuck in a vacuum cleaner. Like, what's his name? What's the guy's name? Bro, who's the guy who got his dick stuck in a vacuum cleaner? Oh, Greg. Was it Greg? Was it? No, it's not Greg. Bobby. Bobby. Scary Movie. It's Bobby, yeah? No, it's not Bobby. What the fuck is his name, bro? It wasn't Bobby. It wasn't Greg. It was the sister of that one girl. The one who was acting like the entire, like, Scary Movie. Guy who stick his dick in a vacuum cleaner. That is a search history right there, now. Officer Doofy. Officer Doofy. Yeah, yep. This guy right here. This guy right here. That's exactly who this Boner guy is. Yeah. Oh. Oh, the scene where he got it. Oh. Having a little fun there, no, buddy. Little fun time. Little fun time with the vacuum cleaner.
And then Coolio's in it.
Alright. He had some fun with that vacuum cleaner.
They always call Boner, which I know it's immature, but I find it funny. And then Coolio's in it, you know, that's cool. That's Coolio, y'all. The messed up part is these movies were made around the same time, but since it got delayed and came out after Scary Movie, some people called it a parody of Scary Movie. Instead of calling it a parody of the movies, it was actually trying to parody. That's messed up. I was one of those people. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just racist. But I think even if this one did come out first, people would still think this one's a parody because the Wayans brother one still would have bodied it. Like, come on, y'all. Let's be real. This one don't got Ray or Shorty or Brenda.
Like, peak scene.
Or
Peak
Sydney or even
iconic.
Doofy. They do got that one guy from Scary Movie 3, but that ain't the Wayans, bro. That ain't the Wayans. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I think a 4-star rating is too low for this movie, so I'm gonna give it a 4.5. 4.5 stars out of 10 is not bad. That's not bad at all. Especially when you consider the fact that after this movie, it's all downhill from here. Because this next movie...
Huh? Okay. What? What are you... We're cutting that out.
movie I got up might actually be the worst one I've ever covered on this channel. Oh boy, this movie. Coming in at a strong 3.3 out of 10 stars. I first heard about this movie back when it first released in 2020. And if you don't know, this junk was everywhere for like a month. Because believe it or not, there's a lot of people, mainly women, who actually like this movie. And you'll see why in a sec. But real quick, before I get into this one, I know some of y'all watch my videos with your friends or your siblings or even your parents. And I'm flattered. I truly am. But y'all gonna have to split up for this movie. I'm serious, especially if you're watching with your parents.
Oh,
Please, just split up,
please.
mama, please. That was your warning. Alright, so this movie is about two people. An Italian guy by the name of Massimo.
Can already tell the whole plot of this movie. Let me call it. I've never seen it. Let me call it right now. Alright? Attractive guy is attracted to attractive girl. Attractive girl find attractive guy attractive. Two people find each other attractive. Bunch of little some drama happens, this, that. Guys rich, girls also come from wealthy family. After this bunch of drama doesn't need to happen, someone dies, blah blah blah, happy ending. They end up to make up. I don't know. That's probably a movie. Let's see what he says the premise is.
Massimo and a Polish lady named Laura, and their lives are drastically different. Massimo is a cold Italian mafia boss whose father was killed right in front of him.
I was off a little bit. I got the money part right. Wealthy, someone died. A little bit of drama. I got some.
And Laura,
I got some of it.
her life just isn't as exciting. I mean, yeah, she's a higher up in this sales company, which.
So I was right. Both attractive people with money. Someone ends up dying, blah, blah.
It's pretty cool. But besides that, there's not much going on. Doesn't help either she's dating this bald freaking couch potato who never wants to do anything with her. And I mean anything. Which I'll never understand how that stuff happens. I understand if you was like in your 60s, because you know at that point your piece is practically paralyzed. But these dudes are like in your 30s. How do you lose love for the game that fast? But yeah, point is, Laura is clearly unsatisfied with her life and definitely unsatisfied by Caillou over here. But they
More like a Mr. Clean, in my personal opinion. More like than Caillou, more of a Mr. Clean. Looks more like a Mr.
things were about to change for Laura, because to get at least a little thrill in her life, she decides to celebrate her 29th birthday in Italy. Italia. You know I know a little Italian myself. Grazie. Prego. That's about it. But after she gets mad at Caillou
Marcella. I helped her a little bit though. A little bit.
for literally ditching her on her birthday, bro, this dude must have lied all over his resume to pull her. Because ditching your lady on her birthday and pulling back up in this fit is insane. Laura goes on a late night walk to get her mind off
Hate to see it.
in a random town in a country that she does not know. So what do you think happens? She gets kidnapped. And watching this, I thought it was Bowser who was responsible, because Laura wakes up in a castle. And on
Yo, what is this movie? Okay, I was completely off of the plot. This movie, I'm lost.
top of that, when she goes downstairs,
I'm
she sees a
watching it.
painting
I'm
of herself hung up on the wall. Yeah, that's Bowser obsession if I've ever seen it. But when she turns
What?
around, it wasn't Bowser standing behind her. It was an Italian man. But not Mario. It was Massimo, the guy I told you about
Close enough.
from the start. Massimo, what you doing here, my boy? And
Mario, Massimo, pretty similar.
this when the movie surprised me, but not in a good way. This guy Massimo comes in and not only tells Laura that he's the one who kidnapped her,
So he's a stalker. Alright.
but he tells her that he did it because he's madly in love with her.
So he's a crazy psychotic stalker that's has ties with the mafia, being that his dad was a mafia boss. Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, it turns out the day his father died, Massimo had caught a glimpse of Laura at the beach and couldn't forget about her.
But she's a girl once and is obsessed. You know, probably isn't the first girl he's kidnapped. Probably has some ties with a guy named Epstein. If you know, you know. See, yeah, you shouldn't be falling this head over heels for someone first time you see them. You shouldn't be stalking them, then going to kidnap them. That's a little much.
Bro,
A little much.
your dad just died, and he spent all these years
Yeah, great point. Not to mention his dad just died.
looking for her, which leads us to now, where he drugged her and kidnapped her so he can finally have her. And for as crazy as this sounds, it wasn't even done there. Because after the dude tells her how she's not getting her phone back, he tells her he's gonna give her a chance. And I'm watching this thinking, oh, whew, thank goodness he's.
What, is this like Jaws, bro? Like, oh, if you complete this challenge in this amount of minutes, you will not die. But if you don't, you will get your entire finger chopped off, which will start this entire mechanism, which will somehow end up killing you. And releasing gas into the room where you will slowly suffocate. Like,
gonna let her go.
Alright.
He tells her he's gonna give her a chance. He'll let her go, but only after she stays with him for 365 days, aka a year.
you're just kidnapping her for an entire year, then letting her go after that. Like, what is this?
To see if she falls in love with him. And you know,
Bro,
at this point, I realized why
This is
this movie
psycho.
has 31,000 one-star reviews. Cause what the you telling me this dude drugged and kidnapped this girl in an attempt to swoon her? Was this game in 2020? I don't think this was game in 2020.
This
What
is
is wrong with
something
this
else.
dude? I mean, really, like, just imagine this. Like, imagine this. Imagine you a dude, right? And you see a girl that you think looks good on the beach. You know, she looks good. And then you're
What's the pickup move, chat? If you see an attractive girl, you know, say let's alright. Let's get the entire scenario set. Okay, we're gonna get the set and all this. You're at a mall. Nah, scratch the mall, Paul. You're at a no, let's bring it back to the mall. You're at a mall, decent amount of people there, you know, quite a bit of a crowd. You see an attractive girl, she's with her friends, you're with your friends. How you approaching it? How you approaching it? Like how you going about it? Okay. There's not anyone in fucking the stream by now to even chat to even tell me how they would go about it. But me personally, how would I go about it? Well, first, I'm letting my friend know, yo, this girl, I think she looks hella attractive, bro. And then after my friends, you know, you gotta see if they, I don't want to, like, you know, if your friends feeling it, just go up and shoot your shot, bro. See, that would be such an interesting question if I actually had a chat. Like, what the fuck?
dad gets popped right in front of you, you gonna forget that girl. But Massimo is different. If it wasn't for the fact that he also got shot too, he probably would have been on the ground with his dad like, Papa, no, you can't leave me, Papa.
You can leave me.
Hey, that girl on the beach is kind of bad though. It just
Yo, wait, he was also on a beach. Don't tell me as soon as his dad died, he saw this girl. That would make it 10 times worse. Like, day after, that's fine. That's something. Like, day after, that's
just
something.
think about how
you know?
confusing that must have been for Laura. Like, this dude over here talking about some, you are the
Insane.
love of my life. Motherfucker, I don't know you. Or at least that's how I thought she'd react. But it really is true what they say. Some people will let you kill them as long as you look good. Because tell me why, all this kidnapping and drugging stuff, this girl Laura was low-key into it.
I mean, look at the guy she was with. To the guy that kidnapped her. I think she's seeing some perks out of the whole situation.
Oh, what the?
What about a fucking job, bro? 365 days? She's not gonna go into work? Like, this guy's not thinking this through. Like, the boyfriends were put in a missing person case. The job is gonna be trying to contact her because why the fuck are you not coming into work? Like, this whole situation is just like, how the fuck is it even gonna work? Like,
How is this romantic? How? Maybe I'm just not the most attractive guy, but I'm pretty sure if I tried any of the stuff this dude does, it would fail horribly. Could you imagine me
you try this in real life? Get them handcuffs on and get ready to go to jail. You're about to meet Terrence. Terrence is gonna have some fun with you after you drop that soap. That's what's gonna happen to you if you fucking do this.
trying to sneak up behind a girl the way this dude does and use one of his lines? Aren't you lost, baby? My eyes! My pepper spray straight to my face. I mean, really, it has to be a looks thing. You think if this 6'3" mafia boss was instead of 5'5" dude who worked at Kroger, this stuff would be cool or hot? No, this would be a horror movie. I know people let people they find attractive slide with stuff more often, but this is just getting out of hand. You never see me doing this. If a 10 out of 10 invited me over to her crib and she just had a painting of me in her living room, what do you think? I'm gonna just stay and be cool?
How good looking of a 10 out of 10? Because if it's Jenna Ortega, you know, I'm fine with a little crazy man. Okay, that's more than a little crazy. But Jenna Ortega, so like, fuck it, let's see what happens, you know?
Well, I'm gonna think about it. But no, a painting of me without even knowing me is crazy. After seeing something that creepy, I am at most seeing her only like 3 or 4 more times. 5.
See, now we're on the same wavelength for like a 10 out of 10. Shit, but if you want to stalk me. Give me some crazy vibes. You're obsessive. That means you only want me. Fuck it, let's see what happens.
Max. But that's it. I don't know what she's capable of. I'll be honest, y'all. I don't want to continue talking about this movie. But Derek, we gotta know what else happens. What did those women like about it so much? You really want to know?
How does it end? That's all I want to know.
Well, the thing they like about it so much, and the reason I'm stopping here, and the absolute worst thing about this movie is that after this kidnapping scene, right, Laura starts actually falling in love with Little Bill over here, which is bad enough, but that ain't even the main issue. The issue is after she falls in love with him, this movie becomes a straight up corn film. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I mean it. Straight up corn. Every 10 to 15 minutes, something will go down. In the bed.
Like, you look at the cover of the movie, you can tell.
In the shower. On a boat, which is usually their favorite. Everywhere. Every few minutes for no reason. And as much as some of y'all freaks would like to see, no. Y'all gonna have to
Hey! At least he's getting some of her boyfriend. He ain't that type of guy. He's more like, I'm abstain from these type of activities. Like, at least he's getting something.
Take my word on it. And that's why this movie, for all its 1-star ratings, was the top movie on Netflix and ended up getting 2 sequels. 2.
Wow.
And the reason is simple. This movie is quite literally a gooner movie for women. That's what it is. Like, these positive reviews.
And then we saw a clip of Zendaya about to get a train running in a movie, in that tennis movie. That's
will remind you that some women could be just as down bad as some men. Look
about Eiffel Tower action right there.
Look at some of these. Angelica gave it an 8 out of 10 stars and says, wasn't watching for the plot.
You're on the wrong website, bro. On the wrong, just on the wrong website if you're fucking commenting that.
Then you got Annie, who gave it 9 out of 10 stars and says, makes you feel things, winky face. And then you got the worst one, Bianca, who gave this movie a 10 out of 10 and says, I loved it. My boyfriend hated it instantly. I told him it achieved the goal of the film when I was aroused by it. Shrug emoji, smile emoji, sequel please, a prayer for Bianca's boyfriend. That's only a few of them too. There's some reviews in here that give you a college essay on why this movie was good goons. My female viewers could never. Right, y'all? This one ends with Massimo and Laura falling in love in under 300.
She just dyed her hair, like what the fuck?
165 days. It only took about 3 before he started fucking. And Laura may be getting assassinated by a rival mafia family while she's on the way to tell Massimo she's pregnant. Yeah, pretty messed up ending. Still getting 2.
What? How? 2
stars for me though. Might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But although it's one of the worst ones, I still have one more extremely low rated movie on.
Alright, chat. Worst movie here. Let's see what it's gonna be. But what do you guys think here? Like, what do you think he's gonna put for the worst movie? I don't know about him personally. Worst movie I've ever fucking seen. That's a good question now. Let me think about it. Low-key can't think of the worst movie I've ever seen. Wait. Nah. I'm trying to think. What's the worst movie I've ever seen? Low-key don't know. I don't watch memorable bad movies.
Probably one of the most hated movies of the 2010s, and coming in at a whopping 3.5 stars.
Damn.
The Emoji.
Alright, the Emoji movie wasn't. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad. Like, it was just a mid overall movie, and like, it was a shit fest. Like, it's not background noise. It's just like you watch it once, you go like, okay, that movie wasn't that good. That movie was shit. I remember what I think the worst movie is. Oh my fuck. It's fucking, what's that movie called? What's that one movie called with all the Trolls? I hate Trolls. Trolls was such a bad movie. I hate the singing. I hate all of it. I hate musicals. So I hated Trolls. I absolutely hated Trolls. I watched it once, watched it fully through, was done with it after I seen it. I don't care if anyone else likes it. Me personally, I cannot watch that fucking movie. Oh my fuck.
Unlike 365 Days, where I at least saw a girl I was following, glazing it on her story, I have never seen a single person say they like this movie. On the contrary, every time this movie is brought up, it's just straight hate. But the question is it warranted? Spoiler alert, kinda. Alright, so if you don't know, in the Emoji movie, we follow this emoji named Gene who lives in a place called Textopolis, an emoji world inside of the phone of this middle school kid named Alex. And this emoji world is obviously full of emojis. I mean it, any emoji your phone has, this world got. I'm talking the crown emoji, the shrimp emoji, the eyes emoji, every emoji, all of them. And every emoji in this world has to behave like what it is. Well, what do I mean? The laughing emoji, no matter what happens, has to always laugh. The crying emoji could win the lottery and have 2 baddies right next to him, and he still has to cry. The smirk emoji could get the most terrible news in the world.
Why was it adorable?
Oh, I'm sorry, son, but the cancer is now stage 4. The poop emoji, no matter what happens to him, has to always I don't know, smell like shit. My point is, the emojis gotta act like what they are, which already brings up an issue I got with this movie. This little rule of acting like the emoji you are doesn't even apply to every emoji. It doesn't. Like, for example, the movie makes it a huge deal that our main character, Gene, is an emoji that doesn't act like he's supposed to. He's a meh emoji. Y'all know the one that's like disinterested looking, the little sassy side-eye
That's his emoji. He doesn't look like that at all.
one that's like whatever. That one, that's the one he is. But he doesn't act like that all the time. Sometimes he'll laugh, sometimes he'll smile, sometimes he'll smirk, and the other emojis in Textopolis shame him for that. This is some BS. It's favoritism if you ask me. They'll say the emojis aren't allowed to break character, but then you got the poop emoji laughing while coming out the bathroom. Like, I'm pretty sure mine doesn't do that, does y'all's? And then the elephant emoji over here cracking jokes. Like, I know they ride tricycles, but I ain't never seen one do stand-up. It's favoritism. It's some systematic favoritism against the yellow emojis. And besides it not being applied evenly, it also...
I forget the Emoji Movie completely. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, all I remember is it was a mid-movie. It wasn't anything crazy, but I do forget about it. It's very forgettable.
just brings up so many questions. If emojis gotta act like what they are all the time, would the kissing emoji be a hoe? Constantly having to kiss up on people? What about the people emojis? What would the white or black guy emoji act like emoji movie? Huh? You wanna tell us? I already know the Dominican flag emoji never gonna be on time for shit. It's stupid. They're stupid. The rules of this universe just don't make sense to me. But that was only the start of my issues with this movie. Cause I don't know if y'all remember, but the plot, even dumber. All the problems in this movie start cause the emojis failed to, get this, help this kid Alex bag his crush. I'm not joking. And you probably wondering why. Well, what happened was, when he was texting her in class and he wanted to send her the meh emoji, Gene made the wrong face. So when Alex sent it, his crush was not rocking with it. And I'm sorry, if all it takes is one misclicked emoji to mess up your chances with a girl, then just give up. The girl did not like you regardless. Unless you randomly send like the eggplant or drool emoji, that might be on you. But yeah, his crush was not rocking with it. And Alex does what I think any sensible person would do after a small texting blunder like this. Delete everything on his phone. Yup, off one texting mistake and Candy Crush glitching and randomly saying tasty. He wants to factory reset his phone. And when I saw this, man, talk about privilege. When I was this kid's age, I had a broken Obama phone. Do y'all remember Obama phones? Those were those free phones you could get when Obama was president. I had one of those, while all my friends had iPhones.
How old are you? I do not remember no Obama phones. I was probably too young to fucking even... When the fuck was Obama phone just in?
iPhone 7s and the newest Samsungs. I was over here struggling to text my mom one sentence. One! And you don't even want to know how pissed I was when Flappy Bird came out. And on top of that, it was broken. And I spent seasons with this junk. And this dude bought to reset his phone because he got custom emojis and Candy Crush acting up? Privilege. But yeah, that leads Gene on a journey where he has to survive, I'm not joking, Candy Crush, Just Dance, and possibly worst of all, falling for a goth girl. Oh my goodness. Also, he can fix himself so he can become meh all the time. Mind you, all of this is happening while at the same time trying to avoid being deleted by these robots and trying to stop the kid Alex from wiping his phone. Yeah, that 3.5 starting to look really accurate. When this movie originally came out in 2017...
Solution. Couldn't they just be the emoji when someone's using that emoji, and then every time someone's not using that emoji, just do whatever the fuck they want?
I ain't watch it, and looking back on it now, thank goodness. If I would have seen something this bad back then, I'm not even joking, that might have thrown me into a depression. That was peak sad Bart Simpson edit era. I couldn't risk that. I'll say this though, only thing maybe saving this movie maybe is its message. But even then, I don't think I even agree with it. From what I've gathered, the message in this movie is supposed to be, you know, the usual don't change for anyone. Just cause you're different or a standout like Gene doesn't mean you should conform to society's rules and become bland. Which is nice and all, but again, this is some bullshit. Yes, I believe you shouldn't change for anyone, but if you being different leads to the real life equivalent of the end of the world, then just conform, bro. Be bland.
Alright,
Keep them
bro.
emoji faces to yourself. This is our lives on the line we're talking about. This one ends with Gene embracing being different and who he is after having a heart-to-heart with his
Hey, Brazil, my country.
father, who
That's
can
what I
also
like to
express
see.
himself in different ways, I guess. And then right before they get deleted, he helps Alex bag his crush, saving them all. Because it turns out you don't need to give a girl compliments or gifts or any of that junk to woo her.
You just send a fucking emoji. Have the emoji do the whole thing for you, and be like, yo, let me spit some game. That emoji does it.
Over.
All of
You
it.
don't even gotta say anything at all. Just send her a cool emoji. That'll do it. But just because I think this movie's rating is
All you
deserved
need.
does not mean I think this is the worst one of the video. That title was going to 365 days. Because yeah,
Fair
with
enough.
the emoji movie, most of the jokes weren't funny. The world kind of doesn't make sense. And they had a dance party at the end. Like, oh
Alright.
my goodness. At least it's watchable. Like, I could play this in the background while I'm doing something and not care. 365 days though, I can't watch that. So nothing's topping 365 days. No pun intended. That's pretty much all the movies I wanted to go over this time. I'm sorry this took so long. Y'all know how life be. But y'all know what to do. Comment down below which movie you thought was the worst. And make sure to continue submitting some stories for the confessions video. I've already seen some pretty gross ones. And moral of the story, hey, that girl on the beach is kind of bad though.
Good video, good video.